Countdown day to Vegas, day 7. What's the difference between 2019 rap and 1999 rap? When I was in the back in the 90s, when the rap started first coming out, like listen to that channel 93.5. Most of the rap that I listened to, like, that was out back then, either had something about they were criticizing or effing the police, or there were gangsters getting revenge on other gangsters, like the Blood and Crips or whatever. Like there was some other, I can't, D13s or some type of gangs getting revenge on other gangs from taking their territory. And the other rap that was out was on just drinking alcohol, like the gin and juice from Snoop Dogg. So for me, the rap that I'm most related to was the rap with revenge, because I remember when I was 10 years old at a swimming pool, some kids came up to me. They were asking, "Are you a Blood or are you a Crip?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And I just said Crip. I don't know what I said. So I ended up getting hit in the face. Then someone asked me again, "Are you a Blood or Crip?" And I said something, and I got hit in the arm. So I believe I got jumped by 3 or 4 people, like thinking I'm a Crip in a Blood pool. It was like Athens Park on El Segundo Boulevard off of Figueroa, off of Broadway. I'm like, I just want to just go to the swimming pool. I don't know if I'm a gangster or not. Even to this day, I'm still traumatized by pools. I'm like, man, a brother just wants to work out. And then I got a return back when I was a sophomore in school. I had this bully I was fighting with, and I remember my best friend and I got jumped by like 6 or 7 people, man. So, okay, over 6 people. I mean, I was getting hit with sticks. That's how I got this, like this little tattoo. I was getting kicked, and I mean, I'm like, do you got enough niggas to jump me? Do you want to call in the National Guard too? So when I hear about those songs about getting revenge, like Drake, have no problem. Even with, like, I still like the old NWA, for like Dr. Dre and those guys getting revenge on people for messing with them. I have no those are the songs that I like the most. But I also remember what Drake says: I'd rather have checks over stripes, because I know how it is to spend time in a big house, and I was in a drunk take, and there's just nothing to do, so it's not worth going to jail either. The only success is, like Drake said, you have to have the money. Now let's just get back. So back in my day, rap was more violent. So they were like, you just listen to Dr. Dre, NWA, listen to I can't remember, Dub C. Just listen to like how they talk. I mean, it's just more get that nigga, drink that alcohol, fuck that pussy. That's all you used to hear. And I think the transition started, like, I remember, I think of Eminem's D12 40 ounce. My favorite line is when, I like how Bizarro says he's going to go to the trunk, left, right. He's going to go get his girlfriend, left, right. That's all she wrote. D12 is in the house and we ready to fucking fight. It's just talking about how how gangsters or people used to go into the bars when they're drunk, and the wimpy bouncers wouldn't do anything. So I remember going into a bar and having that happen too, where you get into a confrontation with people who are already drunk. So, but the rap back then was just more violent. Now I want you to transition to 2019. Cardi B, like the one where she says, "Fuck with me and get me some money. Fuck me and I get some. I fuck and I get some money. I fuck and I get some money." So now we've kind of transitioned from the cops being the enemy to gangsters fighting to drinking alcohol. Now the strippers have become like the goddesses, like the brothers, even like I can't say, like French Montana and those guys. If you look and listen to that song, if I fuck her 4 times, I'm a lifer, which means he's gonna marry her, and he shows the ring. So it just shows you how we've transitioned from strippers are like, now they're almost like goddesses. Like the brothers talk about how they go to the bars, making it rain. So when they're making it rain, it's like they're throwing the money on the stage. So they're making it rain now. And also, like Cardi B says, like, you can eat my pussy and suck my clit. Now she's like whatever it takes to get that money. So now you can see how now the stripper, even Nicki Minaj, talking about throw some more. Just like now they understand, hey, if these brothers are stupid enough to give me the money, then I'm gonna take the money. And the way they put it in their songs, so like when I grew up, when it was like they were like more violent and fuck you, this and that, just like, hey, they like say it in a calm voice where they kind of give you a background story on, well, this is where I started, and now I'm gonna get some money. Now let's transition to Drake. Drake does a great job in his rap of storytelling because he gives you a little background, like how, like if you listen to his songs, just gives you a little background, like, yeah, when I started off, times were tough and I was having trouble succeeding. Raise your hand if you had those troubles succeeding, or raise the hand if you had to talk to Drake. Then he transitions to the future, like, okay, now I'm being successful. But he also says, well, in a calm voice, like the lyrics are almost the same as the NWA people, but they're more like certain, like, okay, I'm going to make sure I do the necessary work to stay on top. Otherwise, I'll lose what I have. So that's Cardi B and that's Drake. And now if you go back to the 90s, like NWA, like for example, let's go to a person like Tupac. Fuck you niggas. Fuck you niggas. Like that one where he talks about Biggie and stuff, staying in his house, and Little Kim, y'all get you knocked up or something. I mean, that was the classic, like, rap revenge. Rap, after I rap and beat your ass, I'm going to go drink some alcohol. Now if we go back to Cardi B, Meek Mills, I can't think about the different rappers we have out, but now they're all talking about how, like, now that not only do they want to be successful, not only do they want to build a brand, but they want to have money as they go forward and have money saved. And now what I'm trying to teach you is, like, now you got to let go that the 90s rap stuff ain't going to get you anywhere. It's great to listen to. It's great to hear the anger and their certainty, almost like actors, from Dre to Eminem to all of them. But now you got to be like the rappers Cardi B, Drake. Those are the two best ones I can think right now, because they're both great at, like, telling a great backstory. Like Cardi B talks about how the girls are hating on her. They said they can hate on me and use me complete, but I'm going to take that and turn that to success. So she does a great job of going back, giving you a background. Then from that background, okay, they're talking about me. It hurts internally, like I can let it stop me. Externally, people are going to hear it, but I got to still go on and transform it and take myself to the next level. As well as for Drake, like when you listen to his songs, like, and how he has people, like he had just the collaboration, but it's great how he sets it up with his storytelling. Like, I was this and that. I grew up, checks over stripes, and, like, if I'm not careful, I can end up downtown. Like, we're just talking about the jailhouse, where you just the detention center downtown. So he said those things are possible, but in order to avoid that, I got to do the right things, invest my money, keep rapping, keep telling a good story, keep making sure I'm getting paid. And what they're great about in 2019 is they make sure they get paid. They're doing their best to building a brand. So like Dre, when he was able to get in on beats, these guys, he was probably the first one really to capitalize on building a brand and then just getting out under that brand and selling it. So what I want you to do is just be like Cardi B, be like Drake. You got to think about your money. Got to remember, if you're not paying attention to your money, somebody will take your money. But you also have to give a little backstory. Like for me, I could say, oh well, when I was younger, I wondered if I'd ever get out of 385 East 116th place. I was living in a neighborhood where people, like a majority of the men, they graduated there and they died there, and they never accomplished anything. Luckily, I was able to find a program at Compton College to give me an idea that there was something more than just working a full-time job, and also possibly using a college education to enhance my income. Cut to the day, I was able to get myself an MBA. I was able to pass my engineering test, and now I'm on my way to becoming a multimillionaire. However, sometimes I go back to that neighborhood just to see what's going on, and I see people from my childhood who never left. And I know if I don't do the right things, if I don't continue expanding, saving my money, making money, I can easily end up back there. If multi-million-dollar companies can go broke, who says me with maybe $100,000, $200,000 in the bank, can't go bankrupt and out of business. So like Gray and Cardi B, I kind of make sure I'm doing something so I can get my money. So that's how you have to say it. You got to say it certain. You can't get angry, but you got to just keep repeating the same message. I'm going to get my money. If I fuck her like this, or Drake back something going legal. So basically you're taking all that energy from the 90s rap, but now you're just slowing it down and making it nice and calm, but you're setting up a background story for the but for the politically correct 2019 crowd. So remember, make sure you get your money.